Wow, parents. All I can say is that is in reality big. It's massive. You need to peer this, and it is going in conjunction with different foremost hackings. We're seeing one factor, 4 billion, with a B. I wrote the variety out. People stated is...
What that looks as if, Mo, I idea you had a typo. No, it truly is a number of zeros.
And we're speaking 1,400 millionaires would have misplaced the entirety in this and a lot more. We want to speak about this, but I need to go over my private tale. I recognize some people accessible requested about it in the remarks. Closing time. I'm going to percentage my story of how I become robbed of multiple Bitcoins. It changed into disgusting and yes, properly into the six figures, and I do not communicate approximately often. However, that is one of the moments I assume absolutely everyone wishes to hear approximately it, specifically with the case that they said everybody is included over via bit. And it truly is it truly is correct, proper. That's excellent. But permits just communicate about the consequences of what is occurring. It changed into, while the whole lot was going the proper manner, we should have been celebrating, enjoying the rips, and of root proper at that moment, technically speaking.
Of the charts, we are equipped for a pop. It started to show up, the information comes out about Coinbase, and the case with the SEC being dropped, all of it more, all fantastic, after which, boom, 1.4 billion stolen, and the hack, it is what it's far. You're going to see this obtainable. I recognize there is a whole lot of talk, approximately what came about. How did this take place?
How had been they able to persuade matters to occur? All the things and greater, and I'll permit that air out as they launch the statistics, but man, hit the like, due to the fact I'm going to share with you the worst moment ever for me in terms
of being in crypto. And with any luck, you'll learn a bit about this.
Let's get this video over 1,000 likes as quickly as feasible and greater. Importantly, man, just be cautious. Accessible, folks. It's miles a wild west. Now and again, relying on how you do it. I used to be truly inside the Wild West whilst we were given to it. I should manifestly, I notion I was safe. However, it ended up no longer being safe. It turned into a tough story. Now, hi there, before I get into it, click the first hyperlink when you get over to Webull. You're going to be capable of get 20 loose fractional shares. All you got to do is place to 500 or greater and use my hyperlink. However, appearance, they are giving bonuses out proper. Now, depending on how a great deal cash you put in, you furthermore might get an advantage. Definitely. It says upkeep duration 365 days. Take benefit of this. This is splendid unfastened stocks. You cannot beat unfastened stocks, right? And click on the second link down under recover. From there, be part of the Discord. You can save 50% off your first month. That is expiring just more than 1 day. So get
in there now, and of root growth, 15% off an annual club. There you go.
Take gain of it. My aim is to help people become millionaires. And what the catalyst we are seeing, obtainable, what I trust, goes to manifest this year. Even though we're going through a little bit of a roadblock, I agree with it will show up. I sense pretty correct about it, and we'll see that is considered one of them things now before I am getting into
it and get into my story, just to keep all of us up to date. Why did the whole thing crash? Why turned into it? Simply, it was over proper through the alternate hacked over 1.4 billion in ETH, of all things. ETH associated tokens drained, and it
took manage of a ETH cold wallet. How's that? Come on to procure to have, I don't want to get into it. The most important cryptocurrency hacks thus far. So we were given 1.4 billion there. So I desired to undergo the news display.
A number of the largest hacks.
There you pass the Ronin network, 625 million returned. in March 2022, after which the Poly network, he did that for fun, he did it for a laugh, and he ended up giving it again, recovered. 2 days later, around 300 million have been recovered and merged with the hacker. I do not know if they got it all returned, however that became August of 2021, they did it for amusing. You realize, simply giggles, let's go out and get 600 million. Binance BNB bridge, 569 million in October 2022. 1.7 billion the quantity
of cryptocurrency stolen from exchanges and other platforms in 2023 was down from 2022, 3.8 billion. So they had been getting higher, proper.
Well, today in 2025, 1.4 billion in a single incident alone coin check, 532. Lower back in its million in January 2018, FTX parents, who 477 million. Yeah, we recognize what is taking place there. Mount Gox, that become the large one, lower back. Inside the day after I become in doing my element. Mount Gox got here out 2011, 473 million, and they misplaced 25,000 Bitcoin. Wormhole, 325 million. DMM, 305, Mixin, 200 million. Euler Finance, 197, Bitmark, 196, Nomad Bridge, 190, Beanstalk, 182. Yeah, it goes on, right? And so I will permit you to realize that the website I turned into on, I'm not going to exit there and get within the names, but you pass in, I became mining with a group of human beings. So right here goes my tale. One element, I'll say, let me know down below, had been you a part of any of those? Were you robbed on any of these down underneath which you simply saw or I referred to? Let me recognize inside the remarks because
I'm going to share my tale. I think it's critical as sufferers.
Due to the fact that is what I was, I became a sufferer. I did all my precautions. I took the entirety I thought I could do to protect myself and my investment. I might say my own family's wealth, the entirety. And it still wasn't sufficient. When a bad actor has no morals, no ethics, and they're inclined to steal tens of millions and they know they can visit jail for the rest of their lives, however they may be still inclined to do it, it is hard to protect. All proper, due to the fact I'm not the only in there, you recognize. Because the supervisor, because the protector, as the security, that's their process. And when the security and the proprietors determine to scouse, borrow from everybody, and that they destroy that accept as true with, they spoil that. It is tough. So I don't want human beings who've been robbed, who've been stolen from. You depended on someone and they stole your cash. I don't want you to feel awful. It wasn't you. It's now not your fault. It is the fault of a crook. It is the fault of someone with no ethics, no morals, and they deserve to be in jail. And with that being said, I actually have my own story, and I'm going to percentage